Because of Cam's lack, for whatever reason, of not wanting a vaccine, whatever, you allowed the opportunity for someone to come in.
On today's Odd Coaches podcast, Dr. Adams and Coach Francis give their NFL postseason predictions in advance of the 2021-2022 NFL season. Welcome to today's show. Dr. Keith Adams is the president of the CKA Save Project, a nonprofit organization designed to assist student athletes and the people who work with them through educational and professional development. He is a career academic and athletic leader with close to 30 years of experience on the high school and college levels. He has won numerous championships and epitomizes professionalism. Coach Mike Franchise Francis is one of the most successful football and basketball coaches in the state of Maryland. He too is a career academic and athletic leader with close to 30 years of experience on the high school and college level and is self-admittedly a little rough around the edges. Both men have mentored countless student athletes, teachers, and coaches using their unique methods and approaches to leadership. Both men also share a unique and special friendship that was cultivated often through their unique perspective of life and leadership. Dr. Adams through his extensive educational background and Coach Francis through his life experiences. Can these two men share a podcast without driving each other crazy? Welcome to the Odd Coaches Podcast.
Greetings and salutations and welcome to the Odd Coaches Podcast. My name is Dr. Keith Adams, and with me today is my tag team partner, my Perry Wyndham, to my Mike Rotunda, the icon, the showstopper, the main event, and the reason why we are here, Coach Mike Francis. And Coach, how are you today, my friend?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I can tell you every time you talk, I feel like I'm coming down the aisle ready to get in the ring.
USA Express, man. USA Express. We're talking about the babyface Wyndham and Rotunda, not the heels forthcoming in their careers. So on today's Odd Coaches Podcast, in advance of the NFL season, we are going to do our postseason predictions. Segment one, we're going to get into the AFC playoff teams. So this is a no bum conversation. Segment two, we're going to do the NFC playoff teams. And then we're going to, in our last segment, do our predictions for the AFC, NFC championships and the big game, because I don't think we have the ability to say that bowl thing. So let's go ahead and get started with the AFC playoff teams. Thank you again to Athlon Sports, our good friends who don't know us.
Yes.
And here are their top 7 teams in order. 1, Kansas City. 2, Buffalo. 3, Cleveland. 4, Tennessee. 5, Baltimore. 6, the LA Chargers. And 7, the Indianapolis Colts, and on the outside looking in are the Patriots and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Coach, what are you thinking about with this?
Well, as you see, at the top of this, of course, is the one thing you think is overrated is quarterback play. But as you see, because of Kansas City, Buffalo, Cleveland, how that relates to their quarterback, Tennessee with a strong running game. Baltimore, those two to me are like neck and neck. So 4-5, 5-4, whichever way you want to put it. I don't think I'd have put Indianapolis 7. I'd have put Pittsburgh 7.
So with your knowledge and expertise, and I'm, to quote the late great Coach Thompson, Joe the fan, I'm looking at it, and Kansas City's there. I got no issue. We'll talk about them at the end when we're talking about who's advancing. Buffalo gives me pause. And the reason why Buffalo gives me pause is I think they're going to win the AFC East. But then you've got to do that playoff run again. I don't know, but they're going to be in that mix. They will be there. Cleveland, we had a nice long conversation about Cleveland. Baker, who has yet to sign his extension, a little bit of extra motivation. So I think they'll be in the mix. Tennessee's going to run that thing, and we've talked a little bit about their division, and they're not very good. So Tennessee is definitely going to be the best of those guys. And now Baltimore, we still got wide receiver issues. We had a big loss with running back. that's a big loss for them.
Yeah, J.K. Dobbins.
So, and as you say, the AFC North, they get it in. They pound, they grind, they high level of familiarity. Chargers, who cares? Because if they're in there, they're going to lose in the first round anyway. And same thing with the Colts. But the Patriots made a move. They made a move that was actually the best. Coach Galata, I miss Hank, used to tell us the story of Wally Pipp. Whenever we couldn't play, whenever, we were hurt or injured or something.
Run into the trainer.
He would never yell. He would say, "Have you ever heard the story of Wally Pipp?" And we were like, the first time we heard it, no, I've never heard of it. And he said, Wally Pipp was a pretty good player. What bad? And one day he could have played, but he said, man, let this other kid play, and I'll play tomorrow. And that other kid was Lou Gehrig, and Lou Gehrig played 2000 whatever. So because of Cam's lack, for whatever reason, of not wanting a vaccine, whatever, you allowed the opportunity for someone to come in and take your spot. So with that momentum and that offensive line, and now we're going to really see if Belichick can coach. Man, that's why I got the Patriots on the outside looking in. And, we do root for Pittsburgh because of the BCA connection, Black Coaches Association. Go Tomlin. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I think that he's trying to get lightning in the bottle again. Remember, Tom Brady came on. He didn't even know who the hell he was. He was there out of injury. So who knows? It's not a bad move for him on this point. And again, Cam has every right not to take the vaccine, but then New England Patriots have every right to get rid of him because of it. So
I don't believe they got rid of him because of it. Union rules. I believe the opportunity provided showed that if it's a tie, as we say in high school coaching, we're going to go with the younger player because they have more time to develop in our program.
Always.
We'll be back after this with a preview of the NFC.
The vision of the CKA SAVE project is to use the combination of academics and athletics as a catalyst to lifelong success. Thus, the CKA SAVE project works to improve student-athlete academic and athletic performance by assisting student-athletes with transitional and transferable skills such as time management and organizational skills, along with the ability to self-advocate to help improve performance. However, we cannot do our work without the help of supporters like you. Consider donating to the CKA SAVE project. We accept tax-deductible contributions in a number of ways, including Venmo and Cash App at CKA SAVE project, or directly at the main page of our website, www.ckasaveproject.org. Simply click the donate button. We thank you in advance for your continued support.
Welcome back to the Odd Coaches podcast as we give our NFC postseason predictions in advance of the 2021-2022 season. And with our friends at Athlon Sports, shout out. Hopefully they shout us back out. Here is the order. Tampa Bay 1, Green Bay 2, the LA Rams 3. The LA Rams 3. The Washington football team is 4. The San Francisco 49ers 5. The Dallas Cowboys 6. And the Arizona Cardinals 7. On the outside looking in, the New York Football Giants and the Minnesota Vikings. Hopefully they have a quarterback left in the quarterback room. Coach Franchise, what are we thinking about the NFC East?
The NFC playoff teams, I'll take Tampa Bay, definitely Green Bay, of course, top 2 quarterbacks. After that, it's a race, if you ask me. I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see Dallas, San Francisco, Washington, any of those in the 3 spot. Right there between 3 to 7 to me is pretty much a play away difference, honestly.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Outside of 1 and 2, everybody's just fighting for 3 through 7.
Yes, indeed. So it reminds me of the NBA play-in game when it was like 7 to 10. As I look, Tampa Bay is 1. You can't return all of those players and have all of that juice and not make the playoffs. What I say often about Tampa Bay is that it never ends well. And I just think there's a Waterloo out there, social studies reference, and it's going to be interesting to watch. 2 is Green Bay. Green Bay. I'm still a history teacher, man. It doesn't leave you. Green Bay is motivated. They've got that let's do it one more time kind of feel, and they're going to be fun to watch. So they're going to be in the playoffs. They keep telling me about the Rams, man, and this Sean McVay and super coach and prodigy. Man, whatever. Go beat me then. I'm going to see if you can do this. The Washington football team is an interesting team. Obviously, they're local to us, and I am paying attention to them for all of the wrong reasons because of their leadership structure and how they did their teams. And what's amazed me is how many people are shocked that they haven't gone after Cam Newton. And I'm amazed that you didn't listen to Ron Rivera the first time he said, no, thank you. So once you say no, thank you once, I don't think you're going to say.
Yeah.
So San Francisco, again, going with that coaching prodigy thing, I'm just not sold. It is Dallas's year to pop back. That's kind of how it works. It's that hot and cold thing. And then Arizona, Giants, Minnesota, 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. I agree with you. This is a top-heavy conference with Tampa Bay and Green Bay, and everybody else is kind of hoping for the best. I think Green Bay is going to do enough to make whatever it is go through Wisconsin because they've got nothing in their division that's going to cause them pause. Any final thoughts, sir, on the NFC playoff teams?
Please watch out for Kyler Murray. I think he's going to have a great season. That's about it. Like, I look forward to following him. I think he's going to be something special to watch this year.
All right. And we'll be back with our final playoff predictions after these brief messages.
Dr. Keith Adams, president of the CKA Save Project, is releasing a book this fall called Finding the Balance: My Personal Journey to Academic and Athletic Success. The goal of this book is to give greater insight into student-athlete motivation to improve student-athlete academic and athletic success through the lens of Dr. Adams' 30-year academic and athletic journey, from being an underperforming student-athlete to an academic and athletic leader. This book is also designed to be a guide for student-athletes, parents, teachers, coaches, administrators, and anyone else who has a passion to help student-athletes succeed academically and athletically. You can pre-order your copy of the book directly from our website at www.ckasaveproject.org. This book is scheduled for release in the fall of 2021.
Welcome back to the Odd Coaches Podcast, NFL postseason predictions for the 2021-2022 season. And Athlon Sports, the unofficial provider of knowledge, because we can't do all this research on this crack staff of 2, really 1.5 sometimes, because I'm not holding up my end of the bargain.
Then we really got a half. using Keith Jr.'s crack research skills with the I don't know. But for the AFC Championship, they have Kansas City versus Cleveland. For the NFC Championship, they have the LA Rams again versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, Coach, who's your Final Four? And what are you thinking about the teams that will make it to the big game in February? Yes. Tampa Bay and Green Bay for the finals in the NFC. I don't know how the Rams get there. I don't know who thinks the Rams get there. And then, I don't know about Cleveland. I don't know if they're ready to make that jump yet. I'm thinking Kansas City and Buffalo in the AFC.
Buffalo.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm thinking Kansas City and Buffalo. And then I'll take Kansas City and Tampa Bay doing it all over again.
So we got a rematch according
Yes,
to Coach Franchise.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I got to be counter as always. I'm not picking against Kansas City. No, that kid's special. And if they stay healthy, it's going to be tough for them to do their thing. But I am going to go counter. I am going to go Kansas City and New England.
Whoa! What?
I am going to go Kansas City and New England.
New England clam chowder?
New England clam chowder. And again, it's strictly for entertainment purposes only, but hear me out.
I'm writing this down.
Bill Belichick can coach, okay? Bill Belichick has a yes coach as a quarterback. As I look at this list of quarterbacks and list of players, New England has been pretty much the only team that pretty much says yes coach. So in the AFC East, they can be the second team and get in as a wild card, which they've done before. And once you get into the tournament, it's about matchups, coaching, whatever. And he's not going to be afraid. And man, I got to have something to root for. I got to have a gimmick. So that's my gimmick with Kansas City beating them, and I'm not that bad. Okay, so with the NFC, I like Green Bay. I like the last dance kind of thing. I like everybody wrapped up, and this is how we're going to do it. So I do have Tampa Bay, Green Bay, with Green Bay getting finally through, and then it never ends well, Coach. Kansas City beats them, and Aaron Rodgers is all dressed up with no place to go. But that's how I would book it, my friend. So I have Kansas City, Green Bay in the big game in February. And as we go through the season, strictly for entertainment purposes only, of course, you will see my patterns of selection will pretty much go along that trend this year. Strictly for entertainment purposes only. Any final thoughts? Because the next time we speak, the NFL would have kicked off and we'll have live games instead of speculation, baby.
It's funny,
Coach.
It's funny you picked the New England Patriots. I couldn't wait to jump in on this one. It's funny you picked the New England Patriots because of their quarterback as the man who says the quarterback position is the most overrated position in the NFL.
Hey, how much are we paying for that guy? How much is Mac Jones getting? He's got a rookie deal making 60 cents on the dollar, which provides all the flexibility for New England to go on that shopping spree. He's not getting $40 million. He's not getting some ridiculous salary that's hog tying everything. This guy is cheap, and I got him for 5 years. And as Bill Belichick showed Cameron Newton, once I'm done, I'm done. So, yes, see how I'm thinking. Yes, Coach. Mac Jones, and you saw him in the draft sprinting out. Everybody's got that meme going. That's who I want to coach, buddy. Somebody who's not going to get in the way and sing the song like I wrote it, my friend. And with that, thank you for joining us on this episode of the Odd Coaches Podcast. And we're excited about this year's football season. See you next time.
We hope you enjoyed today's show. For more information about the CKA Save Project, please visit them on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org. You can follow Dr. Adams on Twitter and Instagram at CKA Save Project. In addition, follow Coach Mike Francis on Twitter and Instagram at Coach Franchise, spelled Coach Franchize. See you next time on the Odd Coaches Podcast.